In this video, we're going to talk about structuring attention in longer online classes. Many of us teach synchronous classes that last 60, 90 minutes, or sometimes even longer. And while that gives us time to cover content, it also raises an important question. How do we keep students focused and maintain their attention for an extended period of time in an online environment? One helpful way to structure our lessons is through the attention cycle model. The basic idea is that instead of teaching continuously for a long stretch of time, we structure the lesson in short cycles of learning and interaction. Each cycle will have 5 parts. First, a short instructional segment. Second, an interaction or practice activity. Third, a formative assessment to check understanding. Fourth, a cognitive reset, like a quick break. And finally, a reflection or discussion so students can process what they've learned. When these elements repeat throughout a lesson, students are much more likely to stay engaged and focused. Let's take a look at what this can look like in practice. The cycle starts with a short instructional segment, usually about 10 to 15 minutes. This is where you can introduce a concept, explain a skill, or walk students through a mini lesson. Here, we're talking about hard versus soft skills. For example, students might watch a short instructional video or follow along a demonstration. You can also provide them with a simple note-taking form if you like, especially if you have a lot of English language learners or students that are new to community college. And another strategy could even be to pause the video, check for comprehension, and address any unclear information or concepts. Step 2 in our cycle. After the mini lesson, students need a chance to do something with the information. That's where the interaction or practice activity comes in. In an online class, breakout rooms work really well for this. For example, students might compare their notes with a partner or a group, discuss key ideas, or even work together to summarize the main points. Then when they come back and do their report backs, they can provide one piece of information and there could be some more class discussion as a result. Next comes the formative assessment. This does not need to be complicated. Sometimes it's as simple as asking students to use their notes and respond to a question. And they can use the chat or they can respond verbally. You can also take it a step further and use a short quiz, a poll, or interactive tool where students can scan a code and answer a few questions. The purpose here is to quickly check understanding while the lesson is still happening. This gives you valuable feedback about what students understand and where they might need additional support. So after a few learning activities, it may be time to include a cognitive reset. Online learning requires a lot of concentration, especially when students are looking at a screen for long periods of time. A short reset might be a 2 or 3 minute stretch break, a movement activity, or simply a brief pause, a break where students can step away. Students can refresh their attention and return ready to learn. The final step in the cycle is reflection or discussion. This is where students take a moment to process what they've learned and connect it to their own experience. For example, they might write a short paragraph or journal entry about a concept from today's lesson that they understand better now. Or maybe write about how today's topic connects to real life for them. This could easily be turned into a think, pair, share activity. They could also do a small group discussion in breakout rooms, in pairs or groups of 2 or 3, and explain how you came to an answer, how you came to a conclusion on something. What was your first step? What mistake might someone make doing the same problem? So to wrap up, keep instructional segments short, build in interaction regularly, check understanding often, provide those cognitive resets, and end with a reflection or discussion.